And welcome back to All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode, we've got a brand new GeoGuessr game for you, and it's UK high streets, the high streets of the United Kingdom. We're going to do this in a no time limit, no move challenge. The play along link for those of you that want to play along will be in the description below. And let's just take a quick look at a high street, what it is, what it's called. It's a common street name for the primary business street of a city, town, or village, especially in the United Kingdom and Commonwealth, not the United States. We call them main streets. The focal point for business, especially shopping, and looks like it grew in the 17th century and reached a peak in Victorian Britain. And seems like there's a little bit of decline, I guess, on the high street of late. But anyway, if you go to High Street, do all your shopping or anything else on High Street, I mean, I would imagine you go to a pub. Let me know in the comments down below what high street you go to. What is the best high street? And is your high street having a decline? I mean, it seems like it could be the case. A lot of main streets in the United States on the decline, depending on industry that's in that town. Norwich City Center, Eaton. So are we in the high street in Norwich? Could be. We could be on this one. Fish and chips, connecting the Norwich lanes, routes, network Norwich. So we got all clues pointing to Norwich. Interesting. And on this high street, looks like we've got a castle or something atop the hill and a crane. It's pretty interesting. So we'll go to Norwich and take a look. Seems to be a little North Cathedral, so it is a city. So Norwich would be in, let's see, probably Suffolk. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. That's the one thing. I got to learn the counties, but I don't see border lines for counties like I do. I believe Ireland has it, but anyway, let's find the high street here. So Norwich for the water. It's definitely like dead smack center, right? St. Andrews, the Prince of Wales, Norwich, a different looking city with the road structure here, but the road setup, I guess. All right. Bus station. Feel like we're near a lot of buses, but looking south, High Street goes north and south. I guess high streets just depend on the town. I guess it doesn't matter necessarily if it goes east, west, north, south. This is a hard one here. Harder, I guess, not Norwich or water. Let's zoom out for a little bit here. Making sure we're in the right area. Carrow Road. Waterstones. Let's just look near the cathedral here. Didn't think this would be that hard, but here we are, King Street, Market Avenue. There's the castle. I guess we got to be around here somewhere, right? Looking southeast. All right, we're on the wrong side. The high street is actually Castle Meadow. Let's take a look at Norwich and just see. Oh, Norfolk. Okay, so there's the cathedral. It is a city. The River Wensum, 100 miles northeast of London, And the population, or founded in 43 AD, city status in 1094. And the population, the city, 147,182. As we go to the next round, we're in a shop. We are in a shop open. That's not a shop, it is a restaurant. Come on. We only accept cash payments. We are sorry for any inconvenience. So we got a bowl, something bowl. So cash only at this place. Interesting. Didn't think I would see cash only place in the UK. I've got my own opinions about cash versus cards. One thing with cash, you can always use it. I guess you could lose it, but if the grid goes down, electricity goes out, as happened in a American football match, ironically. I think it was Nebraska versus Northwestern. You could look this up. Nebraska versus Northwestern at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. The systems went down. They had no way of paying. They had all this food, and long story short, cash wasn't accepted, cashless stadium, and they wound up just giving away all the food and beer. So, yeah. I don't remember what happens there. They got the Colonel here, the off license. I'm not really sure. Food City. Where is Food City? Fully licensed restaurant. Well, we can see that it's the South Coast. The best gift shop in town. The South Coast. So you look east. Kingsway, Oxfam, Card Factory, Thrift House, Nationwide, Lloyd's. There's always a Lloyd's. Fish and chips. I'm going to say this is probably Brighton, just by looking at some of these. The style of this. I'm not sure what style of architecture is, but I'm going to guess that we're Brighton here. Just maybe not, but let's say that we're looking west though. Brighton Dome, North Street, Union, Castle, and where is the High Street? Well, I'm just going to guess this 'cause second round work. It's probably not on a high street, even though this is UK high streets. But I'm going to say that we're right here somewhere. Let's see. St. James Street, would that be the high street? Castle Square. Edward Street. Well, it's probably not it, but that's where we go. And we're off. We are in Hastings. Okay, Hastings Castle. There we are. Let me know if you got this one. There's Hastings. There's the Nationwide Building Society and the Thrift House, Oxfam. So let's look up Hastings. We've been here before in East Sussex. 53 miles southeast of London. The town gives its name to the Battle of Hastings, which took place 8 miles to the northwest at Senlac Hill in 1066, and the population 92,855. That high street, it's actually Wellington Place, it looks like. Again, I'm not sure what's right or wrong on this. People might say this might be a terrible map, but I just found this. I was looking up high streets, thought that this would be a different one. But if you have a map you want me to play, or just any map of the UK, you're from the UK or England or Scotland, let me know in the comments down below. Just type it in, and I'll try to play it in the next one. I will also be doing another no move challenge with I Saw the Sign in the UK. I really enjoy that one. Probably some famous places, and also check me out on All Over the Stands. I will be doing many more UK probably prediction rounds for Premier League. We'll take a look at some Street View over there and more content. So check me out and subscribe. Give me a a look over on all of his stands. We're at Eldon Garden Inspirational Shopping, Eldon Square, John Lewis, Costa Coffee. Got an interesting little in and out here. Hopefully, I wonder how many cars. Like, I see this oftentimes where like turns into, and I know the turning radius. I believe the turning radius in cars. Again, I'm not familiar with cars as much as maybe some of you are, but I feel like the turning radius is a lot sharper in the UK and Ireland than it is in the United States. Because to make a turn like in the United States, it's the turning radius. I think I'm not sure. Maybe there's something to that, but I always feel like when I've been in Ireland, you can make that left-hand turn pretty fast. In the United States, not as much with a similar type of car. Anyway, there's a cathedral, it looks like. Maybe. I don't know. People are going to recognize this. Well, could be Newcastle, the Northeast, Yorkshire, Eldon Square in Newcastle. There's a plate that's not been blocked. So look at that. Car park, or as we say, a parking garage. Garage. Police CCTV. I need to do another pubs game. Really enjoy the pub game. All right, so let's go to Newcastle, see if there is Utilita Arena in Newcastle. So Eldon Square. There it is. Eldon Square. It's the high street, I guess. Costa Coffee. So maybe we're up here. Yeah, there's the circular. There's a lot of car parks. I'm taking. There's probably not a metro. I guess buses maybe. But I think we're about there. So yeah, that's where we are. Eldon Square. Take a quick look at Newcastle. Newcastle upon Tyne, the city in England, and settlement known as Monkchester before taking on the name of a castle built in 1080 by William the Conqueror's eldest son, Robert Curthose. It was one of the world's largest shipbuilding and repair centers during the Industrial Revolution. Pretty cool town. Newcastle, look at that. I like it. Newcastle. There is the castle in Newcastle. Buildings on Sand Hill. And the tune. City status in 1882. Population 320,605. We'll go to the next round. We got a fourth round. Not getting any small towns on this one, but yeah. We'll have episode 28 of British Town Centers to come in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. We got Millington. Maybe we're in the town of Millington. Lower Precinct. West Orchards. West Orchards. Photo expert. I guess people still get photos developed. Maybe? I don't know. How many people get that? Their photos developed. I guess you would. Yeah, I guess people do. This looks a little more modern or new, so maybe we're near London or east around the London area, Millington. Grab me a little pickup. All right. So there's a map we need. I just can't see it. There's Townland. Mitsubishi. Is that like an air conditioning unit? What is that? I haven't seen one of those. Looks like an air conditioning unit, these things. But I don't know if there are air conditioning units. Maybe there are. In the UK. Sports Direct. Flannels. This looks like, if I had to guess, West Orchards. Well, I'll say West, but Millington Travel. Independent. Now, Millington just could be a name of, could be just a name of company. VHS to DVD. Going back in time, folks. University Collegiate Living. There must be a college around here. Well, I'm not sure on this one. I might go to Nottingham, just because it's collegiate living. I'm just not so sure if this. Let's take a look. Maybe. I don't know. It's just a wild guess. I'm just going to go for Nottingham, just because it says collegiate living. That's all I can go on. And I feel like Nottingham's the collegiate city. If there had to be one, it would probably be Nottingham, maybe. Well, let's guess. No. Not too far off, though, but not the best guess, I guess. Coventry. Ah, there's that circle that I saw. What is this circle? What is this? Look at this thing, the ringway. The heck? That's interesting. I've really seen like a ring road like that close to the center of the city. It's unusual. The Coventry Market. Somebody's probably going to know that. Coventry Market is where we are. So let's take a quick look at Coventry. And on the background of this, while I'm doing this game, is the Ryder Cup. I'm not the biggest golf fan. I do play golf, but I've got kids. I coach youth football. I've got a job where I work. I've got this and all kinds of stuff. And so I don't have much time for golf, other than if there's a client for work or something. So I don't play much golf. A couple times a year at most. Maybe go to the driving range with the kids, hit some balls. But I see here, United States not looking too good. But I would say this, for those of you who like golf or play golf, I'm just curious how many of you, or you don't play golf and you're into the Ryder Cup or you're watching any of it. Just curious. Because to be honest, I really wouldn't watch maybe the Masters. I don't really watch. I like sport, but for some reason golf just doesn't do it for me. But this format I like. And my son says to me this morning before he went off to school, we're watching the first little bit of it, the opening round, or the opening couple of holes. He says, why isn't there a World Cup? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. That's a great idea. A World Cup. You have England, you have Ireland, you have Spain, you have the United States, you have Canada, and you compete over 3 or 4 weekends in October. I don't know, just throwing it out there because this format's great. Something I can get into, even though I'm not really one that really watches golf. Anyway, moving on. Coventry's where we are. Get distracted. Found it in 1043. The population 345,324. I didn't think it would be that big in terms of population. Coventry. Wow. Okay, there we are. Here on UK high streets. I think this is more like cities. And then we might get a small town here. This looks like maybe a proper high street. I like the flowers, the rails, and Southam, Radford. We got the A425 Warwick. Yikes. Okay, we've got a lot of clues here. New homes in Kenilworth. Kenilworth is like Kenilworth Road. Look at this sign right there. We've got a Papa John's. Buy one get one pizza for. Okay, that's kind of is what it is. Barbershop. Something's closed down. Millennium Foods. Clement Street, maybe? Cava. Cava is like a Chipotle of sorts, or in the United States, I don't know if they exist in the UK, but Cava is one of those fast casual places. Jordan's. Fireworks. Can you buy fireworks in the UK? Just go in and buy fireworks. In the United States, it just depends on the state. Some states it's outlawed. Some states you can get it. So the M40. The M40. Huh. Here we are. M40 goes from London to Birmingham, Warwick. Didn't think this game would go that long, but here we are. There's Warwick. That's not where we are. Royal Leamington or Leamington Spa. It looks like we, because this crosses the street, right? Yeah, here we are, right here. Warwickshire Community. There's Jordan's Fireworks. Royal Leamington Spa is where we are. So this is a pretty cool location. I think we're right about there. And that's where we are. Perfect score for this one. So Royal Leamington. Well, Leamington Spa. That's the parade. I guess it's a high street, right? I don't know. Probably different. It's a spa town in Civil Parish, originally a small village called Leamington Priors. It grew into a spa town in the 18th century following the popularization of its water, which was reputed to have medicinal qualities. How about that? So pretty cool. This is a cool town. Population 50,923. And there we are on the UK High Streets Challenge. We didn't get 20,000, but close. Okay, game for me. Let me know how you played, but yeah, a good game this one. Enjoyed UK High Streets, but like I said, let me know what game map you'd like me to play next here on All Over the Map. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, cheers.